Hey, my friends, it is Becky Davidson, and I am coming in to do a training on one of my favorite topics. And this is part of my Sales Mastery Academy. It is a Saturday, so I'm kind of in a casual, mode today. But I'm going to do a short training, and we're going to talk about tracking numbers and why tracked numbers grow and why it's so important to track your numbers. Now, I know it's not the sexiest thing. I know it's not something that everyone is really, oh, I want to track my numbers. But there is some science behind tracking numbers. There's some psychology of tracking numbers and how just the fact of doing it will help you increase your sales. And so we're going to talk about that. I also have a perfect day sales planner that I want to share with you to help you track numbers. And I want to encourage you, try it for 30 days. Give it one 30-day run. Try it every day. And what you need to do, I'm going to send you the Perfect Day Sales Tracker. I'm going to put it in our group so you can print off the PDF and print off 30 copies. And every morning, the beginning of the day, at the end of the day, track all of the activities that you do. Now, I know as a business owner, as a salesperson, there's a lot of whirlwind of things that you can be doing. I get it. Following up, creating flyers, going to meetings, going to networking, getting on corporate meetings, lunches. I mean, there's just a lot of things, drive time. I mean, there's a lot of things that keep us busy. And what I have found in years and years of sales, and I've done it myself, it's easy to get sucked into the whirlwind and go, oh my gosh, the week went by so fast. Oh, I had so much going on. Oh, I was so busy this week. And then when you really look at it, how many people did I talk to? How many appointments did I have? How many new prospects did I get? And it's like, well, not a whole lot. But those numbers are the things that will move the dial. Those numbers are the things that will create the systems, that will create the habit, will create the opportunities, and that will create the practice to get better. Because if you're going to do my sales training, and if you're not doing any of this, then you're not practicing any of the things I'm teaching you because you're not getting in front of people. And I teach people how to perfect what you're saying when you're in front of people. So we're going to talk about first why it's so important. And I know when I worked for companies, they forced us to track numbers, and we'd have to every day fill out our CRM and how many appointments we had and what the results were. And I always, and even before we had it on digital, I had to fill out paperwork and they would track because they wanted to make sure we were holding the right number of appointments, taking the right number of actions to get the right number of results. And I mean, there is a lot of validity in that. If you're not taking the action, you're not going to get the results. We have to, and I always say sales is mindset, skill set, and action. I can give you the best mindset and give you the best skill set, but if you don't take action, you're still not going to get any sales. So action is mandatory. We have to take action. That's the only way that we improve, we get better, we practice is through action. And so the thing that I have found, if you take 30 days and say, okay, I'm going to commit, I'm going to track it for my own benefit. Now, I do have the goal getter sheet that and the goal getter training, which you can reverse engineer what type of activity you need to do to get the result that you want, which that's really helpful. If you say, hey, I want to make 20,000 this upcoming month, and then be able to reverse engineer what you need to do to make that goal, that's exciting. That can help motivate you that, hey, I need to be in front of this number of people. I need to have this many calls. I need to be focused on these things. So I definitely recommend doing the goal getter worksheet and reverse engineering your goal to see exactly what type of activity you need to do and what you already have in the pipeline and who might be, kind of the low hanging fruit that you might be able to get. Because, of course, we don't want to miss those opportunities. But what happens when you focus and do the tracker? So, what you focus on grows. You've probably heard that. What put your attention to expands. And so when you focus on doing the activities that you need to do, filling in the blanks, it forces us to keep ourselves accountable to the things that we need to do, to to really keep ourselves honest that we're not just doing a lot of busy work, because busy work isn't going to pay the bills. And so it really keeps us honest and gives us a system and a tool. And that's why I'm going to go ahead and put my Perfect Day sales tracker in here. And that's why I like this. If every day you wake up and you see that, oh, I've got to reach out to 10, 15 people today, and you make it gamify it. Hey, maybe if you do it every day for a week, you're going to go reward yourself by going and playing golf or going. I know Chelsea was like, hey, when she had something similar to this, she went and got a new tattoo if she did it for for a week or 2 weeks or however long that was. But find something, reward yourself. For me, I always, hey, if I do this every day, I'm going to take myself and go shopping. I know this is the heavy lifting. This is going to the gym and doing the workouts that we don't really want to do. I get it. It's not the fun stuff. But if you're not doing it, you're going to miss opportunities and you're going to struggle in sales. And so what we focus on grows. Two, tracking creates accountability and keeping us honest. And three, the other important part about doing this, it provides valuable intel. So at the end of the month, then we can do a sheet. We can say, okay, I reached out to 300 people. I booked, 40 appointments. I held 40 appointments, and this is the number of sales I closed. So if you held 40 appointments, and you closed 5 sales. So that's a little over a 10%, return or conversion. So, okay, what is causing the low conversion? How can I get up to 20%? So then we can analyze, did I have the right number of, opportunities that I talked to the right number of people? Maybe I need to qualify better. Maybe I need to do a better job in the qualifying so I have better qualified people. Did I have the right number of appointments? And then on those appointments, what was my conversion? So we can kind of see where do we need to book better appointments? Do we need to qualify better? Do we need to have more appointments? What do we need to do? Or do we need on the sales call, we need to get better at our sales call. We either need to have more appointments, we need to book more, or we need to be better on our calls. And so this will help you after the end of your 30 days, will give you valuable intel of what we need to fix. And it will also give you a conversion rate. So say your conversion rate is 10%. Now you have a number to work with. How can we next month improve that to 20%? Get that up to 30%. So I'm going to challenge you to do the sales tracker for 30 days. Do it. I mean, you can either share the numbers with me or you don't have to. I'm not asking you to share it. I'm asking you to do it for yourself. I know when I worked for companies and they made me track numbers, I always felt like, Big Brother was watching. They're trying to check on me or see what I'm doing. And I don't want to check on you and be Big Brother watching you by any stretch of the imagination. But I want to give you a tool that'll help you improve, that'll keep you, on the path that you need to do to increase and to close the sales that you need to close. And I do find that one of the big reasons why people don't close sales is they're not taking the actions. They're not taking the right actions. They're not taking enough of the action. They're doing really weak, puny amount of actions, and weak, puny amount of actions get weak, puny results. So do you want bigger results? Take action. Do this for a month. I bet you'll be like, wow, I have some really cool things in the works. So the first one is new connections. How can you connect with 10 to 15 new people a day? It can be through networking. It can be through cold calling. It can be through social media. I have a whole strategy how to generate 100 leads on social media, on LinkedIn, on Instagram. So I can teach you how to connect with people on social media. It can be, meeting people, just, you know, being prepared and intentional to talk to people everywhere you go, being on the lookout for prospects, potential opportunities. Are you looking for people everywhere you go? Are you talking to people on the daily? I, if you're trying to create momentum, maybe you're new to the business, to your business, I would say 20 a day, 20 a day, 20 a day. When I started my business, because I knew I had to make money, I knew I had to do something. And my mission was 20 a day, 20 a day, 20 a day, 20, book two a day, book two a day, book two a day, which is the next one, book two a day. So somehow, some way, book two a day. Now, if you can, reach out to 5 people and book two, I mean, really, the booking too. The only reason I'm giving you 10 to 15 is you might have to call and reach out to a few people to find your 2 or 3. But hey, if you call 2 or 3 people and get your 2 bookings, okay, if you want to save your rest of your reach outs to tomorrow, that's fine. Or if you book 4 and then you don't have to really book anything the next day because you're already ahead of the game, I'm okay with that. But on an average, you want to be booking 2 a day, which that ends up being 10 a week. And that will give you the 8 to 10 appointments. If you book 10, a couple will cancel and reschedule. So that'll give you a really solid 8 appointments, whether they're coffee chats, whether they're Zoom, whether they're one-to-ones, whether they're workshops. I don't really care how you get those people on an appointment, but you need to get people on an appointment. Now, if those 10 appointments are, say half of them are coffee chats, we need to have coffee chats with intention. So we also want to be booking, potential client calls. So you might, put a C for coffee chat, S for sales call. So you might do a coffee chat and they go, oh, wow, I really need this. Great. Let's book a sales strategy session. Let's book a discovery call. Let's book a whatever, give them a free opportunity to get your sales call. So you want to have a combination of the two. You do want to have, but sometimes we have to have the coffee chats to uncover the wants and needs. Just like when I sold advertising, I was doing lots of cold calling. I was calling people, complete strangers, booking appointments. And what I said was, hey, I'd really like the opportunity to come in and at least learn about your business, share what I do. And so I did that, came in, talked to them. And then my goal was to pique interest and to talk to them about what I sold. So you have to have a combination of the two, but you need to be sitting down with people. And if you're going to book coffee chats with people that you think could potentially have a want or need for what you do. I'm not necessarily going to like retail pizza rest. Yeah, well, I mean, I do work with Pizza Ranch, but we'll say, oh gosh, places like clothing stores or places that if they don't have an aspect where they're reaching out, where they're just a retail store, I'm not going to necessarily book a one-to-one with them because they're probably not going to be the best prospect. I mean, if they want to book a coffee chat, I would, but I'm not going to proactively hunt for coffee chats with people that I don't think could have potential. So if they come up to me and want to book, I would, but I'm going to seek out the coffee chats with the ideal prospect. So look for people that are kind of already in your mind qualified, whether it's they have the right number of employees, they have the right number of, or the right type of business, they're in the right type of industry, but look at those people. But if you are going to have a lot of coffee chats, you want to have coffee chats with intention. So coffee chats, book 2 a day, and then you want to hold 2 sales conversations a day because you want to hold 8 to 10 a week. So I would say 2 a day, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. If you could do 2 of those a day, that's going to keep you sharp and keep kind of filling your pipeline and having great conversations and being able to diagnose and uncover wants and needs. And that's what you need. The next on the right, I did put in 5 gratitudes with a purpose. So graphimations, I talk about writing 10. If you're not doing that, you really are missing the boat. So you can put them right here. I am thankful to confidently and easily book 2 a day. I am thankful to meet 10 new qualified prospects a day. I am thankful to attract 2 new clients every single week. Start writing it, start affirming it, start expecting it. it. I did also put a place for water intake. Hey, you gotta stay hydrated. So I wanted to put that in there. And are you doing follow-ups, for follow-ups? So as you start filling the pipeline, you're going to start having follow-ups. Maybe those follow-ups are to book another appointment. And then are you closing two new a week? So the goal is 1 to 5 a week. So so each one of these sales trackers is typically a 1 day. It's a 1 day tracker. Then the next day you do another one. And I challenge you to get 30 made or 20 because Monday through Friday, 4 weeks, that's 20. Do 20 of these a day, 20 of these a month, and see what happens at the end of the month. I bet you will have more momentum than you ever thought possible. Now, the last thing is emails or thank yous. How many of those are you sending out a day? So if you're holding 2 appointments a day, are you sending out follow-up emails like, hey, thanks so much. Here's a little follow-up. Here's a little bit what we talked about. Oh, by the way, this is what I have going on. Let's, schedule. So you always want to have that follow-up email as well. So this will help make sure you can check all the pieces and stay on track and work the numbers. If you're not working the numbers, you're probably missing opportunities and maybe even forgetting some people that are in the pipeline. So it's the beginning of a new month next week. I wanted to challenge everyone to print this off and to use the Perfect Day Sales Tracker. Have a great day, and I'll talk to y'all real soon.